Trump destroys 122 years of FIFA after overturning a red card and turns a refereeing decision into a global football crisis.
So I asked for a review by FIFA. I spoke with a man who is highly respected and, by the way, whose level of respect has increased tenfold. And he was already good before all this started, but, he really pushed this forward in this country. I was the one who made them do it. It wasn't Biden. Biden was sleeping.
The case exploded this Monday, July 6, 2026, after FIFA suspended the automatic match ban against Fulani Balogun, the United States striker, allowing the player to face Belgium in the round of 16 of the World Cup. The decision came after Donald Trump admitted that he called Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, to request a review of the play. Trump said in the Oval Office that it wasn't a foul, not even an infraction, and he also targeted the Brazilian referee Rafael Claus, calling his record suspicious. That's when the story becomes bigger than soccer. The red card given in Santa Clara against Bosnia and Herzegovina turned into political pressure, European backlash, Belgian protest, and a crisis of authority within FIFA itself. The organization didn't technically erase the card from the record, but it suspended its most severe consequence, the ban on playing the next match. For those following the World Cup, the message was strong. The rule that seemed automatic got an exception when the affected player was a key piece for the United States. UEFA responded by saying that FIFA crossed a red line. Belgium rushed to contest the release. Trump celebrated the measure as a brilliant decision. What changed inside FIFA? Why did the pressure work? I'll tell you all about it in a moment. If you like this kind of straightforward and no-nonsense content, consider subscribing, because here we have videos like this every day. Overturning Balogun was sent off on July 1, 2026 in the United States 2-0 victory over Bosnia and Herzegovina during the round of 32 of the World Cup. The incident happened in Santa Clara, California. The Brazilian referee Rafael Claus did not show the card immediately, but was called by VAR, reviewed the play on video, and gave a straight red card to the American forward. The normal punishment for a straight red card was simple: automatic suspension for one match. This would rule Balogun out of the match against Belgium, scheduled for this Monday in Seattle for the round of 16. The sporting impact was huge because Balogun was one of the United States' most important players in the competition, with 3 goals and a direct influence on the attack of the team led by Mauricio Pochettino. Trump got involved in the case because he saw the sending off as an injustice against the American team.
So I saw the play, and I'm someone who loves sports. I was a good athlete, and I understand sports very well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. It was just 2 guys running at high speed who happened to collide with each other. You can't properly step on someone else's foot when you're running. No, it was just 2 great athletes who ended up getting tangled up.
Speaking to journalists at the White House, he said that he spoke with Gianni Infantino and asked for a review. According to Trump, the 2 players were running at high speed and ended up colliding. He believes there was no foul, no intention, and no reason to take Balogun out of an elimination match. Trump also criticized Rafael Claus's decision. The American president said that the referee was suspicious when you look at his record.
And this referee is quite suspicious if you check his record. I don't want to say this because I don't like to create controversy, but it's very suspicious. If you want, I can show you his record. He made a call that nobody could believe, even the people on the other side. They said, wow, we got lucky, wow, and it's really interesting. They say they don't show it to them.
The accusation put the Brazilian at the center of the biggest controversy of the World Cup so far. Without presenting any public details of this suspicion at the moment, Trump used the phrase to reinforce that the decision on the field could not be treated as untouchable. FIFA responded with a rare move. The disciplinary committee used Article 27 of the Disciplinary Code to suspend the enforcement of the punishment for a 1-year probation period. This means that Balogun was cleared to play against Belgium, but the sanction did not disappear completely. If he commits another similar offense within this period, the suspension may be reapplied along with a new punishment. In practice, for the United States, the result was what mattered. The striker was available. Belgium responded right away since they would directly face the United States. The Belgian Federation challenged Balogun's eligibility and stated that the decision went against the rules of the World Cup itself. The Belgian Federation pointed out that the automatic suspension for a red card had been reaffirmed before the tournament, including in a circular sent to the federations on May 12, 2026. For the Belgians, changing this understanding on the eve of a knockout match affects sporting fairness. The Belgian coach, Rudy Garcia, also joined the debate with irony. He said he didn't know that in FIFA's offices, July 5th had turned into April 1st, making a comparison with April Fool's Day in Europe. The statement showed the extent of his irritation. Belgium didn't treat the release as an administrative detail, but as a major change made right before a decisive match. UEFA was even harsher. The European organization stated that FIFA crossed a red line by suspending the automatic match ban applied after a red card. The criticism wasn't just about the Balogun case, the message was about the credibility of football. When the rules stop seeming predictable, the competition loses trust. And when the decision comes after a call from the President of the United States to the President of FIFA, the crisis leaves the field and enters politics. Trump denied having given an order to FIFA. He said he only asked for a review and that he couldn't order the organization to do anything. But that's precisely the power of the gesture. The American president didn't need to issue a decree, sign a document, or open a formal process. It was enough to call Infantino, publicly defend the player, and turn an expulsion into a government matter. If a national team can have the effect of a red card suspended after political pressure, where does it stop? Coaches and officials started to question whether other national teams will also be able to try to get penalties reviewed before decisive matches. The fear is that this opens a door that FIFA won't be able to close later. Thomas Tuchel, the coach of England, questioned, "How far can this new path go?" His question is simple. Who decides which card can be reviewed? Within what time frame and based on what criteria? This kind of question increases the weight of the crisis, because it shows that the Balogun case wasn't limited to the United States and Belgium. It reached the locker rooms of other national teams that are also competing in the World Cup under maximum pressure. The former FIFA president Sepp Blatter also criticized the situation. He stated that red cards should not be overturned by political phone calls, but by rules, evidence, and independent bodies. His statement is influential because he knows FIFA's structure and understands the damage when the organization seems vulnerable to government influence. The 2026 World Cup reaches the round of 16 with packed stadiums, high viewership, and a decisive atmosphere, but now also with an institutional shadow over the tournament's leadership. And it put the football world in front of a rule that seemed firm until politics came knocking. Thank you very much for watching this video until the end. Support our project and contribute financially through the Pix key that appears on your screen. We are an independent channel dedicated to telling you the truth. Your contribution helps us keep going.